Welcome to the most unbelievable hour of television. From coast to coast and around the world, it's Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Tonight, only on Ripley's. The Ripley's Road Trip rocks Las Vegas as Kelly Packard hits the Palms in search of Sin City's most unbelievable people.
Sounds like the crowd likes what they see!
You'll never guess what body part the human bottle opener uses to pop his tops. And who's got the strip's most unbelievable outfit? We hit the town for a showgirl showdown.
Hi, Kelly.
Tender-hearted toy maker Ed Hedrick always loved the Frisbee.
He said, when I die, I want to be made on a Frisbee. Frisbee, Frisbee, Frisbee.
Now Ed's family is making his dying dream come true. Get ready to flip when you see how they're turning Dad into a disc.
He wants to fly.
84-year-old Mary Murphy appears to be your average great-grandmother until you see this supercharged senior water ski.
I like to sky ski better because I get the sensation of flying.
You won't believe what you're seeing as this gung-ho granny plows over 60 miles of ferocious seas, hoping to capture a Ripley's record. Plus, is this martial arts master fast enough to snatch paintball pellets right out of the air? Meet the man crawling through cadavers so he can keep building his creepy house of bones. And the all-girl scuba diving team trying to tackle shark-ridden seas in their skivvies. Only on Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Hello and welcome to Ripley's. Kelly Packard is high atop the Palms Hotel in Las Vegas with a man who pulls a lot more than just lint from his belly button. Only in Vegas, only on Ripley's.
Thanks, Dean. We're here at the home of Lady Luck in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we're hanging out at the Ghost Bar on the 55th floor of the Palms Casino and Hotel. Now, I gotta tell you that this has to be the coolest place in town with the most spectacular view of the Vegas Strip. And tonight, you're gonna witness something truly unusual. Let me introduce you to Joel Freeborn, also known as the human bottle opener from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. It is so nice to meet you, Joel. Welcome to Vegas. How you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for having me here.
Now, let me get this straight. You are gonna attempt to open as many of these bottles as you can in a minute, and you're not gonna be using one of these. You're gonna be using your belly button.
That's absolutely right.
Okay, that sounds impossible. So tell us, how did you figure out you could do this?
Oh, it's just a case of guys trying to outdo one another one night. Turned out someone had a bottle around, and one thing led to another.
Alrighty, well, let's have a look at this belly button of yours. Alright! So it's an innie, not an outie.
It's no different than yours.
Oh, it's no well, I think it might be a little bit different than mine. Alrighty, so you're gonna be twisting the bottles off inside there. Now, these are sharp edges. Have you ever been hurt before?
Oh, absolutely. This is one of those things that if it goes right, nothing's gonna go wrong, but if things do go wrong, it's not a pretty sight whatsoever.
Okay, now these are real bottles, right? So we can have an audience member test and make sure this bottle top comes off, okay? Who wants to do that? Okay, let's come on over. Here's the bottle. Bottle top. See if it's real. Let's see if you can pop that off. That's a real bottle. Yeah?
Definitely real.
All right, well, we're going to put 1 minute on the clock, and I'm going to hand you bottle after bottle, and you're just going to do as many as you can. All right, everyone out there, we're going to help him out, okay? We're going to count him as he does it, okay? All right. I'm ready. This is exciting. All right, on your mark. Get set. Go. Woo! That's one. Oh, my goodness. And that doesn't hurt?
Not yet.
Oh my gosh, that's three. Count them out, guys. That's three. Woo! Okay, you have 30 seconds left. That was five. on the Vegas Strip in search of the world's most revealing showgirl costume. We'll be back in just minutes to reveal the winner, and I promise you won't believe your eyes.
We've all seen one of these. Flying discs are synonymous with picnics and summer barbecues. But for the creator, these spinning plastic saucers were part of a lifelong obsession. Farina Hedrick has traveled all the way across the country to this manufacturing plant so she can add the final ingredient to a very special set of custom-made toys. And, believe it or not, this special one-of-a-kind ingredient is actually her dead husband's ashes.
He wants to fly all the time. He said, when I die, I want to be made on a frisbee. Frisbee, frisbee, frisbee.
Farina and Gary Hedrick are the widow and son of inventor and entrepreneur Ed Hedrick. As vice president of a toy manufacturing company, work for Ed was like being a kid in a candy store.
It was like being a junior Santa Claus, Santa's helper almost. You had all these new toys nobody had ever seen before.
New toys like the Frisbee, which proved inspirational to Ed. Redesigning a flying disc of his own with ridges on the outer rim to stabilize it during flight, in 1975, he created the sport of disc golf, using the flying discs that he loved. Then, sadly, at age 78, Ed suffered a stroke. He would never recover, but before he died, he shared his lifelong wish to be cremated and his ashes poured into the mixture used for creating flying discs.
Definitely wanted to preserve his image as a whole person. And also the idea that his ashes could be incorporated into a disc was perfectly appropriate for him.
Today, carrying Ed's ashes in an urn, Farina and Gary will fulfill their promise to Ed. Inside the plant, they reach the machine that will make flying discs with Ed's remains. This is it.
Fly freely, my love. I love you.
Our promise fulfilled, Dad. See you on the other side. Love you.
The machine is fired up, and Ed's remains run through the mixture. Finally, the first of 4,000 specially pressed flying discs containing Ed pops out of the machine and is presented to Farina and Gary.
Nice and warm. Alive. Close to me. Close to my heart.
He's preserved and where he belongs.
And in the true spirit of Ed, Farina and Gary head outside to fly him around and even score a few points, landing him inside the basket he created for the sport of disc golf.
He's not gone. He's part of eternity. He's part of these discs now, and he's part of people that shared their lives with him. Okay, let's hear some change this.
Believe it. This is one of the actual discs that contains Ed Hedrick's ashes. His family plans to sell a limited number of them and use the money to start a museum in Ed's honor.
Amazing stories and unbelievable people. Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Now, just when you thought you'd been shocked and amazed by every type of Ripley story imaginable, along comes a story like this.
When someone asks this man if he's got a light, the answer's always yes. That's because, believe it or not, he's decorated his entire apartment with matchsticks. Millions of them. Istvan Kalensak began his matchstick obsession 30 years ago while in the military. Soon applying the skills he learned as a tile layer, he was covering everything he owned with matchsticks. He starts by partially burning the matches, giving each stick a two-toned appearance. Then every charred stick is individually attached to a razor blade, coated with glue, and delicately applied. And this meticulous process consumes almost all of Istvan's free time. This table alone required 162 hours of constant work. His living room contains over 1 million matchsticks, 2,000 tubes of glue, and 100 pounds of lacquer. Dubbed the king of matchsticks, Istvan has coated nearly every square inch of his apartment, from his end tables to his floor. In fact, Istvan is so obsessed with creating his matchstick art, none of the pieces are for sale, keeping them for himself. Ripley's legally insane. We travel the globe in search of the most unbelievable laws on the books. Walnut, California. Wearing a mask without a mask license in this town could land you in a costume with black and white stripes. That's because an ordinance created in 1959 prohibits anyone from wearing masks, costumes, or disguises without a special permit issued by the town's sheriff. The law is enforced every day of the year, except, of course, on Halloween. Insane or not, it's the law. Next, this man works hard, carving headstones for a living. But when it's time to relax, he does it by scavenging gruesome corpse-strewn ditches so he can finish building his temple of bones. Plus, one rancher's obsession with breeding tiny cows into tonight's unbelievable animals. Also, how they repaired this boy's cracked skull with ordinary store hardware. And which showgirl is wearing Sin City's most unbelievable outfit?
Hi, Kelly. Don't you love my new costume? Girls gotta have jewels.
Kelly Packard has the vibe from Vegas next. Amazing stories and unbelievable people. Ripley's Believe It or Not.
These women are about to experience the ultimate adrenaline rush. Because believe it or not, in just minutes, they'll be swimming alongside dangerous sharks, wearing no protective gear. Jackie Bota is just one member of the Women's Scuba Diving Club who call themselves Mystic Blue. After seeing a Ripley story about women parachuting in their lingerie, Jackie and her band of underwater achievers became inspired to try something they've never attempted before. Diving with one of the world's most frightening creatures, the rag-toothed shark. And proving they can do anything that men can do, they'll go one step further, saying no to wetsuits or any protective clothing. And if it's not already dangerous enough, it's mating season for the sharks, causing them to become even more aggressive. Being this close to these perilous predators is extremely nerve-wracking. The girls are understandably cautious at first, but gradually overcome their anxiety and actually find themselves swimming within inches of these 10-foot-long terrors of the deep sea. Fear erases all sense of time, and before they know it, 2 hours have gone by. The ladies head for the surface.
It was great. Lots of activity underneath the water, but I don't want to do that again.
It was very scary today, but really scary.
Believe it.
In the competitive world of water skiing, youth is an asset. Well, apparently nobody ever told that to Mary Murphy.
At 84 years old, Mary Murphy looks like your typical great-grandmother. But there is nothing average about this high-octane great-granny, because believe it or not, instead of knitting, this bold thrill-seeker spends her free time crashing through the waves on a specially designed water ski. And for Ripley, this senior citizen will attempt a new Ripley's record by skiing a distance of over 60 miles. Mary Murphy has always loved adventure. As a young woman, she and her husband could often be found riding their Harley. And nearly 50 years ago, the couple decided to take up water skiing. The hobby soon became an obsession for the entire family, with both of Mary's sons going on to become water skiing world champions, and Mary becoming an excellent skier herself. Now in her mid-80s, Mary credits her youthfulness to a daily routine that would easily tire out someone half her age. She starts out her morning with a dose of cod liver oil, a 6-mile walk to the gym, and an active training regimen once she gets there.
How's your weight? Feel okay?
Only then will Mary tackle the water, and when she does, it's on this specially made device invented by her son, Mike.
Deal was, Mommy, I'll teach you how to ride it, but you have to be content riding it. There's no jumping. Well, now she's jumping.
The sky ski works like a regular water ski, but beneath the board is a hydrofoil which elevates Mary above the water, requiring a keen sense of balance to ski above the water's surface. Now this great-grandma is getting ready for the ride of her life, a real test of this senior skier's physical endurance. A 62-mile journey from Long Beach, California to Catalina Island and back. First, she gets suited up and with the help of her son, hops on the sky ski. In a few seconds, Mary's up and running. As she leaves Long Beach Harbor, gliding past the historic Queen Mary luxury liner, the 84-year-old great-grandmother makes it look easy. For now, the water's calm, but in the open ocean, that may not last for long.
If Santa Ana winds would come up, that would be throwing a corkscrew into the ride.
Soon, her worst fears are realized. The calm waters give way to choppy waves, and Mary fights to hang on. But the struggle proves too much. The 84-year-old is tossed into the water. It's a hard hit for any age.
Hey, Mom, you okay? Yeah. Okay.
But she isn't about to give up. Mary hops right back on her board, determined to make her way to Catalina Island and back. When she finally arrives at Catalina, she's halfway there, but winds are blowing dangerously and the churning ocean's rougher than ever. Still, Mary's determined to reach her goal of 62 miles, and she heads back for Long Beach. A few minutes later, Mary takes another tough fall in choppy water, again threatening her attempt and wearing her down. But this gutsy granny perseveres, and soon the mainland is in sight. Finally, after 5 excruciating hours, Mary has done it. At 84 years old, setting a new Ripley's record, skiing an incredible 62 miles on her sky ski.
The water was a little on the rough side, but I enjoyed it very much. I had a nice long ride up there.
For her next feat, Mary wants to sky ski from the Florida Keys to Cuba. That's about 112 miles.
We travel to Romania in tonight's Ripley's World Tour. In this small village lives a man so obsessed with death. He not only carves headstones for a living, but believe it or not, he lives in a house where everything is made of corpses. Susio Nikolai began collecting animal bones to decorate his home years ago. But he's had to do some pretty strange things to get them. To find just the right pieces for his projects, Susio must endure the unthinkable, actually rummaging through the local butcher's carcass pit. A gruesome stench-ridden ditch packed with decaying body parts. Carrying home his ghoulish treasure, he boils, then meticulously cleans each bone. From there, they're drilled, glued, and polished to perfection. In fact, over the past 12 years, Susio has filled his house with everything from bone tables and chairs to this incredible bed. Even the blinds are made from bones. And Susio says when the time comes, he'd like someone to turn his bones into a chair.
Ar fi mai interesant. Nu că le face, dar ce ar vrea să simbolizează prin noua element.
Believe it. A disfiguring birth defect forced doctors to perform corrective surgery by cracking apart Stuart Young's head. Now, to keep it together, they're building a brace from $20 worth of household hardware. Plus, getting nailed by a paintball is painful. Now this martial artist will use his split-second timing to try and catch the painful pellets while speeding toward him at 230 feet per second.
In this day of robot surgeons and laser beams, what makes this next story so unbelievable is the simplicity. A boy's life is miraculously changed forever with just a few nuts and bolts from the local hardware store. When a tragic birth defect forced doctors to break open Stuart Young's head and perform corrective surgery, they knew repositioning his face would be a challenge. But believe it or not, they may have found the answer using a homemade brace constructed from ordinary hardware. And it only cost a little over $20 to build. Stuart Young of Gourock, Scotland, was born with a rare condition known as Apert syndrome, a disfiguring ailment which stopped the growth of bones in his head and fused together his fingers and toes. Over the next 10 years, Stuart endured 20 operations to regain the use of his rigid hands. And at the age of 10, he underwent his most severe procedure as a child. Doctors literally split open his skull to relieve the pressure on his brain. In the delicate procedure, surgeons detached Stuart's face from his skull. And unbelievably, they actually stretch out the skin, giving it a more natural position and giving Stuart a chance at a more normal life.
Utilizing saws, chisels, the whole middle part of the face, including the nose and teeth, is mobilized and detached from the rest of the skull.
But would doctors be able to realign Stuart's face with his skull? Professionally designed medical devices costing upwards of $3,000 a piece were not guaranteed to work, and doctors were left to look for a more cost-effective solution. So facial technician Fraser Walker makes Stuart a custom brace from bolts, nuts, and wire bought at a local hardware store for only $22.50.
We didn't make him aware of what our source of material was going to be, just because the reaction is going to be, oh, you know, that's fine for putting up, not for correcting a facial deformity.
To accurately position the halo-type brace around Stuart's skull, pins are screwed directly into his head and wires are cemented to his teeth, keeping the frame steady. Over the next 6 weeks, Stuart's father tightened the screws of the homemade brace 1 millimeter a day to lengthen the healing bones.
It wasn't something I was afraid of tackling. I knew what we were trying to do, and as such, we just got on with it.
Once in the desired position, the screws were locked, and Stuart patiently waited. But only time will tell if the makeshift brace would really work. Amazingly, after 6 weeks of living with the precarious device bolted to his head, the homemade contraption proves to be a success. And today, 20-year-old Stuart Young has a whole new image. With a brand new outlook on life, Stuart admits that what he's most happy about is his ability to chew solid foods.
My life has changed since the operation because of my new image, and really thank them for doing it.
We'll be right back.
Next, Anthony Kelly is a 6-time black belt who thinks he can do anything. Watch what happens when this awesome Aussie goes face-to-face with a potent volley of paintballs. Plus, rancher Dustin Pillard wants every American home to have a cow. So he's shrinking them to the size of dogs. And
the Vegas Strip in search of the showgirl with the world's most revealing costume. Hi, Kelly. We're located on the Las Vegas Strip, and these are our beautiful showgirl costumes. Finish out our finale of the show.
Ripley's Las Vegas search for the most unbelievable outfit is next. Enter Robert Ripley's archives.
Robert Ripley, leave it or not. Leave it or not.
The year is 1948. Tommy Walker, one of the original Flying Tigers, is about to attempt a maneuver sure to stun the audience. That's because Tommy plans to risk his life by intentionally crashing his plane into a solid concrete wall. The ace pilot warms up with a few aerial tricks. Now he's ready to try to land the hard way. Approaching the structure, Tommy braces for impact. The collision completely shatters the concrete wall. And while the plane is damaged beyond repair, Tommy Walker, on the other hand, walks away with only a scratched knee. Cheating death, the perilous pilot claims it's a good way to retire his older planes and bring costly repairs to a dead stop.
Leave it or not.
Kelly Packard continues to roam across America in search of the country's most amazing people. Kelly, what have you and the Ripley's road trip stumbled across now?
We're back in the city that never sleeps, and our cameras have crisscrossed the Vegas Strip, from the Aladdin to the Riviera, Mandalay Bay to Bali, and all the hotels in between, in search of the showgirl with the world's most revealing costume. Let's take a look at what our cameras have found. We start at the Riviera, where our first crew is making their way backstage. Guys, we're looking for the world's most revealing costume. What have you found?
Hi, Kelly. I'm Ruthie from the Riviera. Don't you love my new costume? Sequins and jewels. Girls gotta have jewels.
Now we're off to the makeup room.
Hi, Kelly. I'm Rayma. I'm in the sexiest show on the Strip. This is my costume.
Well, no doubt those are some beautiful costumes, but not the most revealing. Let's check in at the Aladdin Hotel, where our crew met up with some of the showgirls outside the casino. Hi, Kelly. We're at the Blue Note, right at the Aladdin Hotel Casino, located on the Las Vegas Strip. And these are our beautiful showgirl costumes. Finish out our finale of the show. We look forward to seeing ya. Hi. Those really are some unbelievable costumes, but I'm not convinced they're the most revealing, so keep looking, guys. Later in the show, we'll be back to reveal the winner of our search.
Next, he's got lightning-quick hands, a master of the martial arts. But is Anthony Kelly quick enough to catch a paintball in midair? Find out next. Plus, could a midget cow ever replace man's best friend?
A lot of people get pets for relaxation, and I got cows instead of dogs, I guess.
Meet the man breeding the world's most unusual bovine when we visit his wacky, one-of-a-kind farm in tonight's Unbelievable Animals. Next. Ripley's world of unbelievable animals.
Like most ranch owners, Dustin Pillard takes excellent care of his cattle. But Dustin's herd is special, unlike any you've ever seen. That's because Dustin's cows are dwarfs. And believe it or not, he wants to see one in every home in America.
The goal I'd like to see is have animals 32 inches. That would be about the size of a Rottweiler or a St. Bernard.
Dustin is a fireman by trade in Mason City, Iowa. But his bovine obsession began 10 years ago while attending the Iowa State Fair. Inspired by the wide variety of cattle, Dustin decided to attempt to breed cows small enough to be house pets.
When he brought the first one home 10 years ago, I thought he had kind of fell off his rocker, I guess.
To date, Dustin's collection of pint-sized cows is up to 45, and at less than 3 feet tall, they're already full-grown. Despite their miniature makeup, these one-of-a-kind creatures are healthy and can produce milk.
Where mature animals are 800 to 1,000 pounds, our animals are as small as 300 to 400 pounds.
In fact, to demonstrate just how much smaller they are than regular cows, Dustin packs 11 of his mini moos into this trailer normally designed to transport just one cow. But Dustin is still not satisfied with their size. Through selective breeding, his aim is to make them even smaller.
My goal is to have everything under 36 inches, but I think next year with some of the animals that we have, we can have some 32-inch mature animals.
The latest addition to Dustin's pint-sized herd is this 1-week-old calf he decided to name Ripley in honor of our visit. And although they're not the neatest house guests, if Dustin has his way, someday these family-friendly bovines will replace the dog and become man's best friend.
It's real relaxing after a stressful day at work. You can just go out and spend time with them, and a lot of people get pets for relaxation, and I got cows instead of dogs, I guess.
Believe it. With a world population of over 6 billion, there's no shortage of unique and amazing people on this earth. In fact, Ripley's recently discovered one remarkable individual that you really have to see for yourself.
It's a little-known fact, but every year, hairstylists from around the globe gather to find out who can deliver the fastest haircut. Meet Trevor Mitchell, the world's fastest barber.
There's none of you babies out there that can beat this British man. You can't beat me. Don't even try.
But when it comes to sheer speed, just how fast is this boastful Brit? We put Trevor to the test to see if he could beat his old record of 23 cuts in 1 hour. Today, in a shipping warehouse at Britain's famous Southampton docks, an entire shift of longshoremen gather to become Trevor's subjects. After a quick shampoo, they line up. Trevor is now ready to demonstrate his incredible skills. But please don't try this yourself.
3, 2, 1, begin.
The hour begins, and the challenge is on. He must complete every one of his cuts to strict competition standards.
What you must do is arch it around the ears, take at least 2 centimeters off all over. The neck must be shaped in a correct way. Them's the rules.
30 minutes pass, and Trevor continues to maintain a blistering pace. At the 40-minute mark, Trevor meets the challenge, then breaks his former record of 23 with cut number 24. But he's still got 20 minutes left on the clock. Trevor decides to keep going.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
After 60 minutes, Trevor has completed an unbelievable 33 cuts, blowing past his old record by 10 cuts, and all of them to competition standards. Believe it.
Here at Ripley's, we've seen a man catch arrows with his hands. We've seen people catch eggs thrown by a professional baseball player. But now we found someone who might be able to top all of these feats. This guy catches paintballs fired at 230 feet per second. And we should definitely note that this is not something you should try at home.
The game of paintball has become widely popular over the past 2 decades. And while most people run for cover when they see a paintball coming their way, Anthony Kelly does just the opposite. Believe it or not, Anthony actually uses his split-second reflexes to catch paintballs without breaking them. And today, he's attempting to catch more in 1 minute than anyone else in the world. Born and raised in Armadale, Australia, this father and 6-time black belt is constantly challenging himself. And at his advanced level of combat, focus and concentration are critical.
I am very interested in my own physical reaction time.
So Anthony's friend James, who owns a paintball field, decided to put Anthony's reaction time to the ultimate test. Catching paintballs.
I like anything at all to do with pushing the physical boundaries.
Anthony applies his martial arts concentration. And amazingly, after some painful but colorful failures, he rises to the challenge. Now, only for Ripley's, James is attempting to see how many paintballs Anthony can catch in 1 minute. But if any paintballs break on impact, they won't count.
So the paintballs today are travelling at 230 feet per second, so Anthony's got about 0.3 of a second to react, which is very, very fast.
First, the guys measure a distance of 60 feet.
Okay, Anthony, that's 20 metres.
Then, James loads the paintball gun, while Anthony psychs himself up. And because of the danger involved, paramedics are standing by.
Throat injuries, that'd be the main concern. Blocked airway, something like that, so we have to be very careful of that.
For protection, Australian law requires Anthony to wear a mask, coveralls, and light gloves. Now ready for action, Anthony assumes a martial arts stance. James lets it rip, firing the first paintball as it explodes on Anthony's chest. Anthony's shaken up, but refocuses.
1, 2.
Now he's getting his rhythm.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Only 30 seconds in, Anthony's up to 7 paintballs. As the 1 minute mark draws near, he's already in double digits. Incredibly, Anthony Kelly catches 12 unbroken paintballs in 1 minute. More than anyone else in the world.
I have a motto: practice is the key to success.
Believe it.
We'll be right back.
Next, the moment you don't want to miss. Kelly and the Ripley's road trip hit the rooftop on the Palms Hotel to reveal the winner of our Showgirl Showdown. Who's got Sin City's most unbelievable costume? The finale is next. Now, from the top of the Palms Hotel in Las Vegas, back to Kelly Packard and the Ripley's road trip.
Revealing costume. But the search is over and our camera crew is now making their way here with the winner. I can't wait to check out this costume. Sounds like the crowd likes what they see. Here she comes.
From the Dream Date show at Mandalay Bay.
Van, it's a pleasure to meet you. This is quite a costume, I must say. So what is life like being a showgirl?
Well, it takes a lot of discipline. It's really hard work. You have to really love performing and love dancing.
Well, our camera crew searched all of Vegas, and this is absolutely the world's most revealing showgirl costume, and you saw it only on Ripley.
Back in medieval times, a knight's armor was literally the only thing that stood between him and death on the battlefield. A suit like this weighs over 50 pounds. It was so heavy that a knight in shining armor would have to be hoisted up onto his horse. Their helmets would get so banged up during battle that upon returning home, they would have to go to the blacksmith to have the headgear removed. Believe it or not, there was also armor for dogs, as this modern-day replica demonstrates. Unbelievable? Believe it.
Those with the guts.
All right, let's do this.
Win the glory. Fear Factor. Back-to-back episodes. Tonight starting at 7. Only on Chiller.
Scare Tactics. Back-to-back episodes. Tomorrow starting at 7. Only on Chiller. Scary good.